Hello, Hub Robotics. Welcome to this wonderful, wonderful May morning here. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that music off there so that we can actually chat and we can say good morning to you all. How's everyone doing today? Today we're going to talk about intro, we're going to talk about intermediate advanced very quickly just to get your week rolling. I realize it's Monday morning, not Sunday night, but that does happen sometimes. So let's just quickly talk through what we are going to be doing here. If you're an intermediate or advanced, and we're going to be meeting here in a couple hours, so this is kind of a short-term thing, but you guys are working on the Plant Manager device. We introduced this last week. This is one of our 2-week-long projects for this semester, and you should be getting to your point where you've watched the videos, you've gone through the inputs and outputs, the sensors and the outputs needed on this one, and you're starting to put together something that looks maybe a little bit like this. LCD screen, maybe some sensors, hooking up a TMP sensor perhaps, maybe some light emitting diodes, some photoresistors, and actually working on something that responds to its environment. I just wanted to point out, and I'm just going to move my camera here, I've got a very crude version of this actually sitting on my desk, which is very cool in terms of making the plants work. Got my garden, or my kitchen basil, and oop, my camera did some weird things. That's interesting. Anyways, I apologize for that. Let's hop back to main screen here. So if you're an intermediate advanced, plant management device is going to be your task for this week. We're going to give you a new project next Monday, but for today, we are going to go in and we are going to troubleshoot that particular device and make sure that everybody has a more or less working one, and we'll see you there. That being said, if you are an introductory, we got a little bit of a different thing for you today. Last week we talked about the basics of electricity, and I mean this again should have been a review for grade 9, but I realized that a bunch of people missed it because of the spring of COVID. I guess the last spring of COVID. We still are dealing with that this time around. My hope is that by Thursday when we meet, that you guys have gone through and you've understood all of the videos on here. That you have a basic understanding of AC versus DC voltage, that you have a basic understanding of how parallel and series circuits work, a very basic understanding of what an electrical schematic is. For the sake of this class, all you're ever going to see for an electrical schematic is some very basic loops, very basic squares, battery on one side, probably a resistor and an LED on the other, nothing really fancy. We talked about LEDs, we talked about a little bit about diodes. The capacitors one is a little bit more of an advanced thing, but if you are looking into electronics as a future, whether it's as an electrician, an electrical engineering technologist, or maybe an electrical engineer, this would be a really good one to get you into that. That being said, that's this week's work. I just want to cue you up for the work that's going to happen after Thursday as well, in case anybody is blazing onwards through that. For that, we are going to be going to breadboarding circuits, and this is where I'm just very quickly going to see if my second webcam is still glitching out. It is. That's okay. I'm just going to give it a quick restart here because it was part of this, or was supposed to be part of all this. Let's take a look here. All right. Let's check out. Oh, no, it is still giving us issues. Anyways, we'll get to playing with that this week to make sure that that thing is up and functional and running. And that being the case, what I'm going to do is, for this one, I want you to go through the breadboarding. We're going to be going through the idea of breadboarding. You should be able to read a resistor color code. Okay, there's an assignment here for those that are really keen, but again, I'm not going to require the whole thing. What I'm really worried about on this one is that you're able to breadboard some basic circuits. So there's actually 5 circuits here, 5 basic breadboarding circuits that lead from a basic LED to a red, green, blue LED that has a dimmer on it. All right. Now, I've been really nice on this. I've actually got tutorials on here. The videos are all right here up on the blog. You only have to go through 4 different videos. Number 4 and 5 are together in the last one, and I've done them in 2 different ways. I've actually done them with a with a Tinkercad circuit, which means that you can actually use these circuits with this program here, Tinkercad. And this is very simply, if you go into your regular Tinkercad, and some of you use this for your CAD, your 3D CAD modeling already, you may have noticed that on the left-hand side there is a circuits block. Okay, to get into Tinkercad, just go log in with your school Gmail account. Life is good. go over to your circuits block here, and you're going to see that you have the ability to create new circuits. Now, we're going to be doing the circuitry in Tinkercad for the most part. For some people, though, doing it in real life is just better. It's what they want to do. Now, if that's you and you do want to do this for real, I will accept all of these assignments if they are done on a regular Arduino kit. And I'm just quickly going to jump over to this other webcam that I finally did get working, and I've actually got an Arduino kit here. And if you want to go ahead and pick one of these up, just order one on Amazon. They're usually about $40, and you're more than welcome to do the assignments in for real in real life, and they will actually count just as well. Just send me a cell phone picture of them in your ePortfolio. That being said, we are going to go back to Tinkercad. Tinkercad, these are completely acceptable. This is the free and digital version of how to do these. And when you're done with your circuits on these, you're actually just going to click the share button here up at the top right, and you're going to download it as a PNG file. That PNG file is going to let you actually submit all of the assignments. Easy as that. If that all makes sense, I'm just going to hop to the end slide here because I've gone on for a minute longer than I intended to. If you're an intermediate, I'll see you this morning. If you're an introductory, I will see you on Thursday, and let's get some work done and play with some electronics, play with moving some electrons here. Cheers, guys.